I've got your grandfather's diary here, Sue. I'm going to read some out, some extracts. So this is January 1st, 1920. I went to Dorchester with Polly after wagonette. 1 hen's eggs, 1 duck's eggs, very well. January 2nd, 1920. I went to Weymouth to market with doll, fine day, 8 hen's eggs, 1 satch barley meal.
Yeah, 1 sack of barley meal.
April 13th, 1920. Sunny day, worked on house
at Sutton.
Went to Weymouth after mother, brought home fiddle for B. Thorne, Sal.
And then it says black hen on 13 light Sussex eggs from Mrs. Packet. Mrs. Packet is another villager who had produced the eggs. At those times, to get chickens, they actually used a hen to sit on them and hatch them. So he bought the eggs, fertile eggs that were going to grow into chickens from Mrs. Packet, and then he sat the black hen on them until they hatched. You know how birds sit on nests. They could put a broody hen on any eggs. And when he says he worked on the house, what he did do, and I didn't say, was he built his own house in Sutton Poyntz, and this was what he was doing in between working the market garden. He'd come down and do a bit of building on the house.
93 years ago today, on the 17th of May 1920, he wrote, planting potatoes in half an acre, B.Q, barbecue, and up.
Top.
And
up top. Up top was the land that he owned on the top of the hill. It's a kind of shorthand. He knows what he's talking about, but it doesn't always make sense. Rain came on in the evening. 3 hen's eggs, 24 hen's eggs. Doll sowed cucumbers. In pen, I think.
Oh, in pen.
Yeah.
So why did it end so suddenly on 16th of March 1940?
This page shows, although it's only a little bit, the length of time when my uncle was ill. And he gradually says that he was ill and that he went into hospital. And then the last but one says, Frank, dear lad, passed away. God's will be done. And that's the death of my uncle, and he lost heart to keep the diary. He lost the heart to keep the diary. The diary he was keeping was a record of the business, a record of what he sowed, what he harvested, and how much money he made for that. And that was to be passed on to my uncle, so that when he took on and grew the vegetables, he could look back and say, those particular seeds did well, or we planted at a certain time and that was successful, or it wasn't successful. But when my uncle died, then he just lost heart in keeping the business going, and so he just stopped the diary.
That is a really big shame, isn't it?
It
would have been so nice to see a little bit more of this. But you've been a treasure to come in and let us read this, because it's obviously very precious to you.
I hope you've enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
hope you've got something out of it.
Thank you, Sue.
You're very welcome, and it was a pleasure talking to you.